William, tell me a little bit about what you do as an agronomist.
As an agronomist, I'm basically a plant doctor. So I spend my time out walking in the fields and checking on the plants, making observations. A lot of times plants will tell you what's going on with them just by the way they look.
What advice would you give to students curious about agriculture or thinking about agriculture as a career?
So I had that conversation with my daughters, just turned 14. She shows a real interest in ag. And I encouraged her that if it's something you want to do, seek people out that have been doing it, and then utilize that, utilize dad, grandpa, neighbors, FFA advisors, extension agents. I say utilize those people to build your knowledge, because it's easier to do it when you're young and start to grasp what things are before you decide, hey, I'm going to go do this as an adult, and then fall on your face, because there's a lot to learn. And for kids that haven't grown up around it, we take it for granted when we grow up around it. You know, we just have that general knowledge of how things work. We understand the equipment, we understand the seasons and the importance of timing. For anybody that hasn't done it, it's overwhelming if you're trying to just go out and do it for the first time. My dad, her grandpa, did a really good job at telling me to go talk to people that do it, because he didn't do it full time, whole hog. I mean, it was his part-time deal on the side of his normal job. And so he said, go talk to the ones that do it all the time and figure out what they do and what they would encourage you to do to learn. Learn about soils, learn about conservation, learn about plants and insects, the sciences in general. It encompasses so much more, but then also be an accountant and also be an economist. You know, you got to understand markets. It's not just a one-sided deal.
Tell me what a crop consultant is and does.
A little bit of everything. So you're once a week, you try to get across every acre, every field. You diagnose, and first you got to identify problems and then try to figure out what it is. And it's not always that easy. It takes a lot of time, and you want a good network of people, professionals you can work with and ask, because odds are somebody that's been doing it for 20 years has probably seen it. So as you go along, but yeah, just investigating a problem and then figuring out how to either mitigate the problem or solve it.
Tell me how technology has played a role in crop consulting throughout your journey of being a crop consultant.
Oh, that's changed dramatically, and from all the information we have in an iPad right now that I never had when I started back in 2000. There just wasn't such a thing. And then even the chemicals that have evolved, and the traits in the seed, and how now actually they've gotten to where they're actually evolving back to where there's chemistry we used to use in the late 90s. So it's all kind of come full circle. The technology side, though, between the auto steer and even the planting, the spacing of the corn, soybeans, the planting depth, everything is just so precise now.
What would be your advice for students looking at going into an agricultural field, whether that be farming or crop consulting or even in leadership within an organization?
I'd say reach out to a few individuals you might already know, ask them how they did it. Don't necessarily think you have to go a 4-year path in college. There is a lot of great trade schools, 2-year, and it helps maybe you refine where you're going to go, but definitely reach out to organizations like Minnesota Soybean Growers, the Minnesota Soybean Research and Promotion Council. I know local agronomists, fertilizer managers. These people will definitely help you out and steer you in the direction, and there'll be resources for life that you'll have.